get up off of your seats, please. And you are going to raise your hands in the air, and I want, with a loud voice, I want you all to say, access granted. 1, 2, 3. Access granted. Raise your hand if you had a hand-me-down. Yeah? Can somebody just scream out, what was your hand-me-down car? Anybody?
85 Mustang.
85, wow, well that's not a hand-me-down, my friend. Okay? That is not a hand-me-down. I was lucky to have a Pontiac Parisian. Anybody remember those? Oh, yeah. When I was in that car, I called myself the Tank. That thing can run over anything and keep on going. And then I graduated to the Ford Ecoline van. Not as lucky as you. Then I was called the bus driver. Because then my friends would all pile into the van and I'd take them wherever they had to go. But on that day, my dad finally said, because of the fact that I had worked so hard, I was always one that tried to be very independent growing up. And my parents grew me up that way. And he came to me on my 20th birthday and he said, son, it's time for you to get your own car. So we went to the auction the following Saturday. And like a dog off of a leash, I ran all over looking for that specific car that was just right for me. I looked like a Jack Russell. Pretty much. Dad looked at the car. Dad looked at me. Looked at the car. Looked at me. And then he said, we'll get that car over here. A Ford Taurus.
Oh, no.
I looked at Dad, and I looked at the car. I looked at Dad again, and I looked at the car. I said, why? He said, well, son, in case we all have to go out, we can use the vehicle. So when I got the car, I never liked it. Never enjoyed it. Quite frankly, I hated it. Didn't take care of it. One night, my friends decided, let's just go out. And we went out and we were going downtown. And as we were driving, I started to smell something. But I said, nah, don't worry about it. I'll deal with that later. Until we reached onto the highway and I saw smoke bellowing out of the car like a burning building. Yeah, at that point, I wasn't saying nah anymore. At that point, the car sputtered, stopped on the side of the road. 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm calling my father. My father is groggy, and he's like, well, what's going on? I said, Dad, the car broke down. He said, what happened? I said, I don't know. It started smoking. Then he asked me that important question. When? I said, it happened about 10 o'clock. And you're calling me now? I'll be there in 15 minutes. Raise your hand if you know exactly how you would feel at that moment when you're waiting for your parents to come, when you know you're in trouble. Raise your hand because you know you've been there, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not all raising your hands, I don't know. You got some good parents and I want to come and visit them. But for that 15 minutes while we were waiting, I had so many thoughts running through my head as to what my dad will do. He said, let me tell you something. I'm too tired right now to knock you out. But the next time something happens, don't wait until it's too late. Years later, when I took over my father's company, there were situations that would occur that made me remember that. When I had to deal with problems, issues, and resistance, I would call Dad now, more than ever. And I would talk to him and say, Dad, what do you think about this? And he'd smile because he knew he had time to give me a solution. Each and every day, you secure people's lives in different ways, whether it's businesses, families, or people. What Dad taught me that evening works for everybody. Not waiting until it's too late. So what we say is you drive up. When a problem comes, drive up. Drive up and ask for help. Drive up and ask someone what they think. But when situations happen, what do? Do you try to handle it by yourself? Or do you drive up and ask somebody? These are the questions that I want you to ask yourselves each and every time. But your core values suggest that you always act as one. Be open-minded and think big. If I was open-minded with regards to the car, I would have taken care of it. If I had listened and understood why we had the car, that probably wouldn't have happened because I would have taken care of it. You need to learn to drive up. You are the drivers of your lives. You are the drivers of your companies. Your vehicle is you. The product you sell is for the individuals in the market out there. Today, my business is 34 years old. And I'm proud to be the owner of Caesar Transport. I'm proud of the lessons that my father taught me, and I'm proud of the fact that universally, these goals and these core values are perfect for what we do each and every day. So ladies and gentlemen, the next time situations are happening in your business, continue to think of the core values of Access Communications. And maybe there are core values within your own companies as well. But you think about those and you make sure that they are at the forefront of your mind each and every time you interact with individuals, you make decisions, and never find yourself on the side of a road wishing that you didn't wait until it was too late.
It's very good. It's a great incorporation of Access's core values.
Dynamic, very useful, and very entertaining.
Amazing. It was amazing. Inspirational.
What I thought, okay, when you said that, my biggest challenge is everyday challenge, you know? It's asking for help.
Yeah.
Every day, you know? To ask for doing the dishes.
Yeah.
So, when I get a big problem and I need to call technical support, I say, no, you're able to do it on your own. No,
Yeah.
I need to call for help.
You gotta ask for help. You gotta drive up and ask for help at all times, man. We all have that problem.
And you gave me the strength to do it.
Man, thank you very much. Man. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you.
It's a great story, though. Super.
Thank you.
I love it.
73 Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Sadly caught on fire.
Ooh,
That was a tough conversation with Dad. Because it'd been leaking gas for a few weeks.
Oh, yeah.
And then one day it just caught on fire. And I had
Did you ask? Did you tell him beforehand?
no. Of course not. I was
Never,
laughing.
No.